You're challenging me to a duel? Well, I'll have you know I have my 2 best Pokemon on my side. Go! Tommy Chew and Spence.
God damn it.
A duel. What is this? Yu-Gi-Oh?
It's a double duel.
A double duel. It's a battle.
Tommy.
Spans.
Tommy.
Fuck up.
Spans.
Tommy.
You guys are going back in the
Span-
daycare if you don't fucking
Spence,
act
Spence,
properly.
Tommy. Tommy.
Spence.
Tommy.
Hey guys, it's me, Competitive Maniac, and these are also my competitive maniacs.
Oh boy.
Hello, everybody.
Go ahead.
What the fuck?
Come on, you started so strong. You're going first.
I wanted you guys to kind of come in and swing into the intro too.
No, we already swing in. We're doing great.
On this episode, we did an Emerald Nuzlocke each, and we decided to challenge the Elite Four and the Champion to see who could be the best trainer in the world. I died on Gym 3.
Or
Aw.
at least this basement.
I'm definitely not that guy in this basement. Let's go over some rules real quick so we understand exactly what it takes to be the best trainer in the world.
You got that zong energy in you today, man.
I don't know, man. I gotta be a trainer or whatever.
All right.
That's how they all talk, right?
All right. So what rules did we play this Nuzlocke with?
Oh, some
All right.
cursed ones.
As set here. Any Pokemon that faints must be released or boxed permanently. It is considered dead for the rest of the challenge. Only the first wild Pokemon encountered in a route or area can be caught. If the player fails to catch it, their opportunity to catch a Pokemon in that area is lost. That player must nickname all Pokemon they catch or obtain.
That one's pretty standard, right? Normal Nuzlocke rules.
Duplicate clause. I think this is something that we added specifically, or is this part of the base
No, that's
rules?
part of the base rules.
No, this is an optional rule.
Most people play with dupes clause. I've almost never seen a Nuzlocke without a dupes
But
clause.
technically, it is an optional rule. Sorry to be pedantic.
We should also add, all of us used infinite rare candies, because, I mean, grinding.
So if you want to discount it, and I mean, to be fair, you could, but this is our Nuzlocke. You want to go do a Nuzlocke? Go do it yourself.
Duplicate clause. If the first Pokemon in an area is one the player already owns, they may continue battling until they encounter one they do not own, and then attempt to catch it. This rule prevents a player from having multiples of the same Pokemon, especially early in the game when the selection of different Pokemon on the first routes are limited.
And this also stops you from rocking up to the champion with a team of 6 Gyarados.
Yeah.
Now, you see, it says you can. It doesn't mean you have to.
I need
To be
6
fair,
Slackings
if-
so I can swap between them on their
No,
draw turns to keep hitting. It really sucks after this. Well, no, they reset when you go back in.
Mhm.
Right? Okay, so you just need 2 Slackings for infinite damage,
But no damage.
but no damage.
You're still taking a turn off.
Yeah.
I technically didn't use the duplicate clause once.
Oh, well, we'll get into that.
Yes.
Keep
We'll
up
get
with
into
the rules.
that.
The player may not use items in battle. Pokemon may hold items, but no items from the bag, except for balls, may be used. That player may not level any of their Pokemon past the level of the next boss trainer's highest level Pokemon. Boss trainers, with air quotes, can include gym leaders, kahunas, trial captains, and when entering the Pokemon League, the Elite Four members. Any Pokemon who exceeds the level cap must be boxed and cannot be used until they are under the level cap. Exceeding the level cap during the battle is allowed. Edging, as you would call it.
Yes.
You must simply enter the battle with no Pokemon over the level cap. Note, when entering the Pokemon League, the player may not have any Pokemon higher in level than the final Elite Four members' highest level Pokemon. Once the player enters the Pokemon League and begins the final stretch of battles, this level cap may be surpassed. Also, you have to use set mode.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the rules, baby!
All right, so Trevor, tell us about your Pokemon journey. What'd you find on which routes? Who'd you defeat?
It was
Did you
short-lived.
get out of that moving van?
Yes, I made it out of the moving van. Which, can we talk about that for like a minute?
Okay, sure.
Yes, please.
Why did Mom cheap out and throw us in the back with the rest of the luggage? It's like both her and Dad got there just fine.
Listen, kids are very independent in the Pokemon universe, all right? Fucking 8-year-olds go out and put God in a box.
Ball.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean
No,
they
the
should be.
PC's a box. They will catch God, be
Put
like,
them in balls
eh,
and then put the
you're-
balls in boxes.
And put it in a box.
You can't just put kids in the back of like luggage vans and
Oh,
drive them around
apparently
like
you
it's some sort of
can.
passenger vehicle.
maybe it's a thing in Japan.
Hey, any of our Japanese audience members, let me know if you've been transported in the back of a travel van against your will.
Hey, it wasn't against the trainer's will. They
We
didn't,
don't know that.
Hey,
They didn't-
maybe he requested it.
It's
They
never
didn't object.
specified.
It's
They
never
didn't
specified that he objected either.
Of course.
All right, so you
Ride it in style.
You started your Pokemon journey in a moving van. Where'd you go?
Well, of course I went inside with Mom and Vigoroths everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
do
bet they
be
got
moving.
some fat dicks on them, some fat cocks.
I don't remember.
Anyways.
Were you playing the same game as us?
Well, yeah. It's just, I added a few things.
Oh, okay.
Please
Continue.
continue.
I love Pokemon so much. I chose Torchic as my starter, mainly because, someone over here wanted Swampert really bad.
Yeah, so for this Nuzlocke in particular, we all decided to pick different starters, and I suggested, because Trevor here is the only one who hasn't beaten Gen 3
Literally
before,
never played Emerald before
that
this.
he should get Mudkip because it makes the third gym very easy, and it does just kind of put the game on easy mode for a while.
Ironic, I died at the third gym.
Oh.
Spence, however, really wanted Mudkip, and Trevor, you said you liked Torchic and
I do
Combustion.
like Torchic. I think Blaziken is a really cool Pokemon. It's just,
it was the first firefighting type to do it.
Yeah.
Fucking breaking ground over
he's
there.
the coolest, and I think Emboar should take some lessons from that.
Yeah, Emboar is ugly as fuck. Blaziken, slick-ass design.
I'm sorry, but Mudkip was my very first Pokemon.
No one's gonna say Infernape was a bad one, though.
Oh, dude, Infernape
Infernape's
is so
cool.
good. So cool.
Such a cool Pokemon.
There's no wrong answer in the third or fourth gen for starters.
They're just such solid starters all around, you know?
Unfortunately, the fifth gym has the worst starters.
Samurott, my beloved.
Ugly as fuck.
I know. On Route 101, I caught a Wurmple and immediately evolved it into a Dustox. The name of that Wurmple became Mr. Sticky.
Nice.
Because, it was a Wurmple. And
What
it leaves a sticky trail behind it.
What was your Torchic's name?
Torchic I named Plume, which I thought was kind of clever, because it could be like a plume of feathers or a plume of flame.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was exactly the one clever name I came up with. The rest are complete jokes and terrible.
All right, so you got Mr. Sticky. What happened? Move us along.
Okay, so Mr. Sticky, I level up, and I kind of set him up as like a DOT and like a sort of a staller, because he had Protect. He learned Confusion as a coverage move later on, and then obviously he had Poison Sting. So the idea was, okay, poison something, Protect, maybe swap into something better, and then hope that takes something out. And then Confusion's there to like deal with, fighting types or whatever, which would have been very useful later on.
I mean, it should have.
Specifically in the second gym.
Yeah.
It was very useful. Actually, Mr. Sticky was basically the MVP of that gym.
Awesome.
Straight up. Route 103, I caught a Poochyena, which, not the best Pokemon, but Intimidate is a good ability.
Yeah, and dark types are immune to psychic attacks, which is helpful.
I gave him, I didn't give him. I keep saying I gave him. TM's on the brain.
I get you.
He learned Bite, obviously. That's just a good move to have. It's really just to deal
Always a
with
good
whatever's weak to, dark.
It does scale with special attack in this game, which I bet was a bit of a learning curve for you.
Yeah, because the first and kind of only Pokemon game outside of Mystery Dungeon, which absolute fire, by the way. We should revisit that sometime. Was Unova, 5th gen. I started on Pokemon White, and special attack and attack worked way different in that game. They weren't exactly tied to types.
Yeah.
Unlike here. So that was hard. That was hard to deal with, which makes Poochyena and Mightyena as an extension much worse.
Oh yeah,
because
they were obsessed with giving all their dark types high physical attack in this game.
But dark deals special.
Yep.
So in White, that would be good. I remember Mightyena being good in White because of that exact thing. I mean, between its ability and its okay stats, it was actually a decent Pokemon to have on your team.
Mm-hmm.
Here it kind of sucked.
I mean, hey, Takedown works out pretty well, and, it learns strength. You find a Silk Scarf really early in the game, and it kind of helps it.
See, my Silk Scarf actually went on my Vigoroth, which I'll get to later.
Okay, please continue. Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. I went against May, and honestly, that fight was really easy, mainly because I had Mr. Sticky, and I mean, I could just poison and protect, and it was alright from there. Route 104.
Oh, yeah.
I got the best Pokemon on my team by far. A Meryl. I caught the funny little blue water mouse.
Oh, nice.
And I named him Ball Master. He's got a ball on the end of his tail, and he is a ball, so he's the master of balls.
And he's in a ball.
Dude, having a water type when I didn't start with one was a godsend, I've got to say. It didn't help in the third gem, but if I got past it, it would have helped me throughout the remainder of the game.
For sure, because prior to that, you're, relying on Absorb on a Lotad maybe, or Double Kick on your Torchic?
Which, that's something I need to go over. I'm not going to specifically point out the routes. I'm just going to skip over them. I killed, half of my Pokemon encounters on accident because we were leveling with rare candies, and, I would just level up to the max cap because it's well, why not? Well, sometimes I'd go to, one level before, so that way, I could go through some trainer fights and not accidentally over-level my Pokemon,
Checks out.
But it's they were much higher level than the wild Pokemon in the area. And even if I went to, my Vigoroth, and I, tackled, it'd still kill. That's how bad it got. I killed a Lotad, I killed a Whismur, I killed a Geodude. I killed so many good Pokemon that could have helped me out in the long run on accident, and that really sucked. So maybe next time I do something like this, I'll just not level until it's needed.
Well, I mean, what helps is just remembering that the catch rate only goes up by about 10% if a Pokemon's pre-damaged. So just buying and throwing a bunch of Pokeballs is a completely valid strategy.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, keep in mind, I was still kind of an early game, so I didn't have a lot of money, but we probably could have cheated money too. Because if we were only using it to buy Pokeballs and held items, is that really a big deal?
Yeah. I mean, later on, I sold some of my infinite rare candy to buy TMs in my run, but that's just because
I could have probably just sold to get infinite Pokeballs and then whatever. Or I could have just installed a cheat to get Pokeballs. I mean, that wouldn't go against the rules, really.
Not really, no.
So long as you get them when you're supposed to after May. But yeah, regardless, I killed a bunch of Pokemon that I ran into, and that's probably what killed the run for me, because some of the coverage I could have gotten from some of those, like Geodude, with some ground moves, would have been bussin'.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, I killed him. I killed the shit out of him. In Petalburg Woods, I caught a Slakoth, and I named him Hunkle. Because Slacking looks like a hunk and also looks like an uncle. So he was a Hunkle.
What?
Completely reasonable.
I mean, you've seen the guy.
Moving on. How'd you beat Roxanne?
Dude. Ballmaster absolutely slammed that encounter. I'm talking Bubble Beam, and literally I defense curled at the start to make sure, in case I didn't one-hit KO, Azumarill could stay in for a bit longer. But, that's it. One defense curl, bam, 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 bam. Everything was done. That gym was easy. Passed in flying colors. The May fight went pretty well. Let me look at this one specifically. Yeah, this one was easy.
The bridge fight?
Yeah. Huh. The one with Torkoal and, well, for me, Mudkip.
Aren't you skipping the second gym?
No.
Brawly?
No, Brawly's the second. Well, no. There's a May encounter after the first gym.
Oh yeah.
The one with Torkoal and Mudkip.
Yeah, okay.
Between that one and the bridge.
That one was inconsequential. It absolutely got slammed. Now, Brawly. Brawly was kind of hard. Now, yes, Mr. Sticky carried. But it was here's the strat that I went with. Protect, then Poison Sting, then swap. Pray I don't get hit. Swap into Azumarill, Fence Curl, Water Beam, rinse and repeat until all the Pokemon are dead. And I mean, it took a while. Azumarill almost died, but it was fine. We got that figured out. Confusion really did help, but the thing is, Mr. Sticky, or the Dustox that I had, has really poor stats. Like a dust ox, it has about the resilience of an actual moth.
Yeah, just about.
So like it's risky to keep him in, even though he has like a coverage move that's super effective. So it was safer to just go with something that hits for neutral that's really tanky and can increase its defense. That's kind of how I dealt with that. I went to the Granite Caves and I caught a Makuhita, and this would have been very helpful later game because I'm pretty sure this is one of the very, very, very few fighting types you actually catch before you encounter Norman, your father.
Yeah, there are 3 you can get. There's Makuhita, Machop, and Breloom.
Yeah, this is the only one that I found. And he was kind of a goat. He did not, in fact, save me through the 3rd gym, but alas. And then I killed some more Pokemon on accident. On Route 110, I caught an Oddish.
Yeah.
And I named it Brittany because it had Toxic.
That's good.
Very clever, I know. A 1 million IQ play right there. So the idea with having Brittany was like, dude, think about this. I poison stuff, and then I just catch it. I don't have to worry about accidentally killing stuff like I have the past 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that was the last Pokemon I was able to catch before the 3rd gym, which was Watson. And apparently, I didn't know this super well, but Watson's like one of the most dangerous gyms in the game.
A lot of people wipe to Watson, Winona, the Misty fight, I think immediately after Watson. Not Misty, May. The May fight immediately after Watson, because she comes at you under the bridge, and she'll end a lot of speedrunners usually.
Yeah.
And I think Norman is a pretty common gym to wipe to in Emerald. Not in Ruby or Sapphire, because his team is awful in those games, but in Emerald specifically, he wipes pretty often.
Yeah. Yeah, that final fight, basically the strat was, at that point, I had a Vigoroth, right? And I know, like, he has a Magneton. And Steel resists normal, but it's like, I didn't have any good coverage moves on my Vigoroth. I just had Cut, because he was kind of my HM slave at the time. He had Cut, he had Yawn, he had Slack Off, and then he had Bulk Up. And the idea was, he's like a bulky sweeper that can slowly build himself up on like a Pokemon that isn't super effective against him, and then he just goes to town on the rest of the team. The problem is Cut's not a very good attack. It doesn't matter how many times you bulk up, it's not a good attack. So, let me go through his Pokemon list real quick, just to recall accurately. I go up against his Voltorb. This was actually the Pokemon I was most nervous about because I was specifically building up an attacker with bulk up. And I didn't want him to just self-destruct out of nowhere. But I took the risk anyway, and I bulked up 3 times.
Nice.
Luckily, it did not blow up. Dies in 1 hit. Like, Vigoroth absolutely slams this guy, okay? The Electrike also dies in 1 hit. Not really that big of a deal. Then we get to the Magneton. I cut into it. It deals like 1/5 of its health.
Checks out.
Fuck.jpg. So, we roll it back. We go into Plume, my Combuskin. He uses Ember. That bitch is down. Now we're on to the ace, Manectric. This thing is fast, it has coverage, and it can paralyze you. It can get really bad really quick, especially because it can also howl and build up its strength. And if you don't wipe it out quick enough, it will just wipe your team. I first start off by using Combuskin and double kicking into it. I did not have bulk up on Combuskin yet, and I know, probably a bad idea. I was saving it because it learns it later.
Okay.
I was like, okay, well, TMs are consumable in this. It's not 5th gen. So I need to save this because I feel like it's going to be more important later. And I was poorly mistaken. Gravely mistaken, in fact. Grave, as in, that's where all my Pokemon went after this. So I kind of just desperately swapped between stuff. I tried to set up with Brittany, and I poisoned it, and then I slept it. And I thought, damn, this is it. This is the moment. So I swapped back into...
How did you poison it and sleep it?
Well, I slept it first.
Oh, and then it woke up?
Well, I slept it and then poisoned it, and it was still asleep.
That's not how poison works.
What do you mean?
A Pokemon can't have 2 conditions simultaneously.
I must have poisoned it, and then it wore off, and then it slept.
I'm guessing Watson had an antidote.
Something like that, I believe. Look, basically, I tried to status effect it. I did sleep it at one point, so I swap into Vigoroth, and I try to get a couple bulk ups off. I get 2. And I'm like, let's go. And then I cut, and it's like a third of its HP, and I'm like, I'm going to lose. Because then it howls, and I cut into it again, and I'm like, all right, it's almost to the red, and then it heals.
Yeah.
Fuck. Then it paralyzes me with Shockwave. Fuck. I swap out into Makuhito, who I had given the TM Rock Tomb. I was like, okay, here's the plan now. I slow its speed down so I can move before it. I swap back into Brittany after I slow it, and then I go back for the kill with either Combuskin, Plume, or I go in with Hunkle, the Vigoroth.
Mm-hmm.
I missed 3 Rock Tombs in a row. It's an 80% chance.
Oh.
That's like 1 in 125% chance. It was a wipe after that. It was terrible. It was panically trying to find something to like deal with this Manectric who now had like 2+ attack states, and it was over.
That Geodude you killed would have been really helpful.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so my corpse is buried under Watson's gym right now.
Damn.
You guys might have actually walked by it. I don't know.
He took it into the pawn shop and used it to buy more coins for the slots.
Infinite slots. Yeah, that's where my journey ends. It's short, simple, and sweet.
Gamble Core. Well, thanks for explaining the rules to everyone. Hopefully the next time we do one of these episodes, if this one takes off, we'll probably do one sooner rather than later. Maybe we'll do a Gen 5 run, just so you're on your home turf.
Yeah, baby.
And we'll let you have Samurott, and I'm probably going to be the one who gets an Embor and names him, like, Suck Cock and puts it in my PC forever.
I'm sorry. I missed one other detail that was actually not important at all, because the second I caught it, I boxed it. I did catch one other Pokemon. I caught an Illumite.
Oh.
I named it Peasant.
Oh.
And then I put it in the box, and it never came out.
So, Illumise, actually... So, fun fact. There are 3 places you can get a Corpfish, or... there are 3 places you can get a Corpfish. It evolves into Crawdont. It's the lobster-looking fucker.
The star on its head. He's cool as hell.
And the route you catch Illumise is one of them. So if you fish there with a good rod or better, you can catch a Corpfish there, so you don't need to get a useless bug type. But in addition to that, Illumise is actually really, 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 really good, specifically against a few gyms if you know what you're doing. It's one of like 3 or 4 Pokemon that learn Encore, so there's a very easy way to sweep Norman's gym, where his slacking will always go for a yawn if your Pokemon is undamaged.
Okay.
So you use Encore, and then you switch to either a Zubat or any Pokemon that has Insomnia.
Ah, I see.
And then it's locked in to yawning on the turns it's not slacking off, and you just wreck it.
You could like use a move that buffs attack or whatever, and you sweep.
I mean, you don't even need to buff attack because it's like useless for 8 turns, you know?
You could like set up, against the next Pokemon to come after, unless it's the ace.
His slacking's the ace, yeah.
Did he has 1 slacking, it's not 2.
That's right. He has a Vigoroth. He has 2 in the rematch.
I see.
But yeah, that's beside the point. Just so you know, Illumise is not an awful encounter, but also if you really don't want one of those useless bug types, because Illumise and Volbeat are the bane of a lot of people's existence.
Fucking hate those Pokemon.
You can go fishing and get a Corpfish there, and it does ensure you get a Sharpedo later on, because there's one route where if you fish, you only get Sharpedo or Crawdont.
I thought it was Kavanaugh.
Carvana,
my bad.
Dude, that's the shit.
Carvana, though, that's the...
That's the car vending machine, brother.
Well,
Carvana's the piranha Pokemon
hold on.
that evolves into Sharpedo.
Complimentary Mania is not sponsored by Carvana.
We're not sponsored by anything, dude.
All right.
Why would they
But hey,
insinuate that?
Hey, you know what? If you want to,
Hey, we're
send us some
sponsored
money,
by-
and yeah, we'll sponsor
We're
you.
sponsored by Earth. Because we on it.
All right,
All
Tommy,
right, everyone.
you want to hit us with yours?
Okay, so I watch a lot of Nuzlocke content on YouTube.
You do?
Oh,
Mhm.
I get to
No.
call you out now. Did you watch Macarjo?
I have not yet. I will, promise.
All right. Out to the crowd. Not sponsored or not even affiliated with the guy. Magcarjo. Really funny Nuzlocker. He does type-only Nuzlocks. He's really cool.
That's fun.
Anyways.
All right, so I watch a lot of Nuzlocke content on YouTube. So I thought I was going to be pretty prepared for this. So I went ahead and I decided that this was going to be the God Run. I was going to name all of my Pokemon after, Greek gods, and I was going to try to do it deathless.
Or one of the gods named Ballmaster, perchance.
I picked Trico as my starter because we all thought it'd be fun to pick different starters, and I got the grass type. I named Trico Herc, short for Hercules. And I moved on. I fought May, I caught some Pokemon. I'm not going to go through every encounter because if I do, we will be here much longer than we were with Trevor.
This is not a documentary episode, brother.
So suffice it to say, I did in fact get the really good early game encounters. I got a Lotad, I got a Shroomish, I got a Mightyena, and I got a Zigzagoon. Zigzagoon is underrated as hell, but there's a way you can actually wipe through the entire Elite Four with just a Linoon.
Well, Linoon's like really fast. That's the thing.
I mean, yeah. Substitute belly.
Linoon.
If he has substitute belly drum and a citrus berry, and you teach him the Shadow Ball TM because Ghost is a physical type in this gen.
Weird.
You can actually just wipe through the entire Elite Four and the champion.
That's crazy.
I didn't do that because it's not guaranteed and it's not my idea, so alas. I beat May, no problem. I moved right along to Roxanne. Now, I had two strategies for Roxanne. Number one, I taught my Trico Bullet Seed, because of course I did. And number two, I had a Maril. My Maril's name was Nerid. And Nerid actually ended up going with me all the way to the Elite Four. She was only in the box a handful of times.
Water types, man. They're crazy in this gen.
This gen has so many of them, and the champion uses exclusively water types. So you'd think that they wouldn't be that great, but my Elite Four team actually ended up with 2 water types on it. So Roxanne was no issue. May was no issue. And then I went and I fought Brawly. Now, I made the mistake of going down a level in the Ruster Tunnel instead of going up on level 1. Because if you go up on level 1, you can get a Geodude or a Zubat. But if you go down, you can get an Aeron or a Zubat, usually. I ended up getting the Aeron.
Yeah.
And that's a mistake because Aeron is pretty worthless against basically everything.
Unfortunately, that's the thing that sucks. Because Aggron is one of my favorite, top 20 designs.
It's a really cool design.
He's so cool. But,
No.
So he's a rock type. So he's weak to the water.
Well, here's the problem. He's tanky and he's slow.
He's tanky and he's slow, and he's weak to both the mainly water type using Team Aqua and the mainly fire type using Team Magma.
So you just don't use
And he's weak against the champion and Flannery, and he's not immune to electric type attacks and Watson. He's pretty worthless.
Look, steel typing's really good, but the problem
I would say you could comfortably bring him into the Winona gym much later, or maybe the Norman gym, except by that point in the game, the gym leaders have really good coverage, and they will just murder it. Also, it doesn't hit its final stage till much later in the game.
Yeah, also, it doesn't have good moves, exactly. It's, bulky, and it's good, but bulky Pokemon need to be able to, actually do something, so either set up for their next teammate, or they need to kill. Aggron doesn't do either very well. It just kind of sits there and is big, and,
Alright.
Anyways.
So, I went and I made it all the way to Brawly. Now, when it came to Brawly, I actually also found a Swellow. I thought that was just swell. I think its pre-evolution is Tailo, so I had a Tailo at this point. But Tailo has this fun ability everybody who Nuzlocke knows. It's called Guts. And Guts is it gives it a 50% attack boost when it has a status effect. So to go into the Brawly fight, basically I had a Tailo with wing attack, and I poisoned it, and then I brought it up to Brawly, and I healed it with a potion, and I went in, and I one-shot everything.
Goated. Hey, are the infliction orbs in this game flame orb?
They are, but it's generally better to give them a different held item, and also just give them a status effect before you enter a fight.
That's fair.
So, Brawly down, no deaths. My Swellow's name was Artemis, by the way, because it's a she, and I thought that was a cool name for a Swellow if they have to be Greek-themed.
That's quite a swell name.
I had a May fight. It was not a big deal.
Was that the bridge one, or is that post-bridge?
No.
I thought it was after the third gym.
No, that's the bridge fight. Yeah, I fought May on the bridge. She brought a Wingull, a Lombre, and a Combuskin to the matchup.
Fucking Lombre.
And it was rough, honestly, but
All
I
my
didn't
boys hate Lombre.
I didn't lose anyone to it. I forget the exact strategy I used. I think I just used my Tailo to kill her Lombre. I used something that was big and bulky to kill her
Beast of
Wingull.
Nature, grass
And,
and water.
I had a Marl to deal with her Combuskin.
Marl being the GOAT again. Can we agree? Marl and Azumarill, one of the best Pokemon in this
Goat.
gen.
I
At least
mean,
for Nuzlocking.
honestly, it was a much more solid encounter than I thought it would be.
Go.
So I was brought to Watson, and my dreams of this fight being deathless were squashed because I realized I had a pretty useless Aeron instead of a pretty useful Geodude in my box.
So you had the same issue I did, more or less.
I had
Nothing really super effective.
I had 2 Pokemon that resisted electric type moves in my starter and in Shroomish. Shroomish thankfully evolves into Breloom before the level cap here, so I had a Mach Punch to deal with the Magneton and a priority move to deal with the high-speed Manectric, but no real plans for how to get there. So I performed a sweep. I sent out a Loudred, I had it use Howl, and then I spammed Cut.
You did the same thing!
But when Magneton came out, I tried to switch to save it. A lot of my Pokemon lost health. It was very dumb, so I just sacrificed Loudred. Rest in peace, Dio.
Rip.
The first victim of
Yeah.
the Nuzlocke.
I thought it was going to be deathless, but it was Dio, who was in fact my first death.
First step.
And it was pretty easy from there for me because I had
Gone
a
and
priority
probably
fighting type
forgotten.
move to deal with the steel type
Mm-hmm.
and several ways to deal with the Manectric. I think I almost lost another Pokemon there, but Shroomish has Absorb. Not Shroomish,
Yeah.
Breloom had Absorb.
So it's not like too bad because
Yeah.
you could heal through it, and through attrition you won.
I'm pretty sure I dropped a Leech Seed on it and pivoted to one of my high health Pokemon.
That would help. Manectric is such a dangerous Pokemon, and you encounter a lot later in the game. I
Yeah.
looked ahead at some of the trainer and gym encounters, and it's like people just be running that shit.
Yeah, you would expect it to be like easier or worse than it is.
Makes you really wonder if like Swampert was not a ground type, he'd be fucking terrible in his own gen, you know?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Like there's so many electric types out there.
All right, now the next gym leader is Flannery. I had a lot of pretty decent encounters before Flannery, but my main game plan for dealing with Flannery was I needed some way to ensure that her Torkoal would not sweep my Pokemon, and I needed to ensure that Camerupt would not just riggedy wreck me. So, Sunny Day, awesome move. Her Pokemon use it a lot. And essentially, what Sunny Day does is it makes it so water type attacks will hit with like 50% accuracy. Not accuracy, power. Sorry, Trevor's molesting the microphone.
No, I'm just
across
looking
from
over
me.
at you, seducing you.
Anyway, so basically, Sunny Day makes it so water type attacks hit less hard, and her Torkoal and her Camerupt have pretty high defense and pretty decent bulk, so it's really hard to hit them without water types. And if water types are being halved due to Sunny Day, they will just, wreck you. Not to mention her Slugma has a really devious light screen. So, what was my plan going into this, you may ask?
No. I didn't.
Oh, okay, I'll move on then.
Just
All right,
skip
so
Go
it.
on.
Norman.
Go on then.
What?
Go on then.
All right, so Norman.
Hey, you did say go on then. I mean,
Okay,
What did Norman do?
my game plan for Flannery was pretty simple. I pulled off a rollout sweep.
yeah. Rollout's really good. I wanted to get to a point where it was like
Rollout's
usable.
really inconsistent.
I really like rollout when it's not in a Nuzlocke, because otherwise I'm locked into a 5-turn rollout.
Well, it depends on how much damage you're doing with the rollout, you know? Because if
Mm.
it's like, if the starting couple of turns can wipe Pokemon, you shouldn't be worried about the last 3, because it's just going to hit. The only issue is if you're being outsped. But if you put rollout on a Pokemon that outspeeds most things, you're chilling. You get it as a TM.
I mean, rollout misses is the problem. Its accuracy isn't 100%.
I think it's like 90.
Yeah,
Hey, I would rely on a 90%.
and that's why you lost to
90%
Watson.
is still an
And
A.
80% is ridiculous. On 3 in a row, the odds say that should not happen.
At some point, you have to pick consistency over maximized
At
value.
some point in time, that monkey will type all of Shakespeare.
Yeah, it happens. I watched him do it. He said to be or not to be, and then he said,
And then he said, I'm the monkey.
yeah, so basically for Flannery, I sent out my Maril, I rolled out, and I performed a pretty decent rollout sweep. I think I had to switch to another Pokemon for Torkoal and pivot around a bit, but I didn't bring any of my grass types into that gym, except for Breloom, who finished a Pokemon off with a crucial Mach Punch, because priority moves.
Pog.
Yeah.
I went into Norman, expecting it to be a very hard fight.
Norm.
The main issue with expecting it to be a hard fight was it was not, in fact, a hard fight at all.
Surprising. He has slacking.
Wow.
I led with my own Spinda, so that
Oh, no.
his Spinda couldn't confuse me, and I beat his Spinda with my Spinda because I picked better moves than he did.
They sword fight with Spindas.
My fighting type Breloom took out his Vigoroth and his Linoon, and then when Slacking came out, I sent out Spinda, thinking I'd sack Spinda because it's pretty useless after this gym fight.
Mhm. And then he fucking tanked it.
And
The absolute goat.
And then Spinda, Tote, fucking tanked it, the absolute goat, and put Norman Slacking asleep. Now, I had a guts boosted Machoke in my backline that I was thinking about sending out here for this moment, because he was my backup plan if everything failed. And I wasn't confident in my Truant abilities, because Slacking used a move. He used Facade before I put him to sleep, so I wasn't sure if he'd wake up and loaf around or not. So I sent out Machoke to hit it while he was asleep, thinking I'd just kill it real fast.
And then you didn't.
Nope. Super effective Karate Chop from a guts boosted Machoke deals approximately a little less than a third of a Slacking's health.
Oh.
It's got like a HP stat of 160.
My Machoke Aries also had an adamant nature, so its attack went down and its special attack went up, which is probably the worst nature to have on a Machoke.
Oh, that's even worse because of the type restriction thing in Gen 3.
Ain't it lovely?
Oh boy.
Ah, yes, all of my attacks do less damage, but don't worry. If you expect me to be a special fighter as a fighting type, I think I'll do pretty good.
Thank you, Machoke.
Thank you, Kanye. Very cool.
Very adamant. So
Very adamant.
I pivoted back to Spinda, sacked Spinda, and I sent out a Dustox. Dustox knows Protect, so if you're fighting any Pokemon with Slack off, it's pretty simple. I actually used my Toxic TM on Dustox just to speed this up, which is what I'm about to do. In New Mauville, I went in and I caught a Magnemite because I am dumb. New Mauville is a side quest you don't have to do, and you have a 50-50 shot of finding a Magnemite or a Voltorb. You can also find a Magneton and an Electrode, but they're both 1%, and it's 49 for both of them, so
No,
it's 50-50.
There's guaranteed Electrode encounters.
There are guaranteed Electrode Pokeballs, but that's not what I'm trying to get. What I'm trying to get is the Magnemite, which is a really strong God tier Pokemon, and I got one, and I named it Festus. I renamed it later to the Fates when I evolved it because I thought
There's
that was
3
cooler.
of them.
There are 3 of them. Now what I could have done here,
This
because
implies Magneton was female.
what I could have done here, because using legendaries in a Nuzlocke is pretty cheap, is I could have gone to the Team Aqua base first, found the Master Ball and then used the Master Ball on one of the electrodes next to said Master Ball, and then went back into New Mauville and had a guaranteed Magnemite encounter, which is, I think, the strat, because then you get a electrode in the Team Aqua base, which usually doesn't get an encounter because all the electrode do is explode on you.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, you use the Master Ball for an electrode.
Yes.
To get a guaranteed Magnemite encounter, yes, it's that good.
Bro was not out here catching legendaries.
I'm sorry, even in Nuzlocke, I still have my Master Ball waiting for the legendary. And I just beat the Elite Four and my
I'm
Nuzlocke's
dead.
done.
I'm buried in the graveyard behind Watson's gym. You can't see it because, like, that's how the 2D plane works. It's like everything's backdropped and
So
it's hidden
despite
behind the wall.
despite fucking up here, I was never punished. I did in fact get the Magnemite, which makes a lot of the game very easy. It's a steel electric type. There are a lot of water types. You can do the math. I go to the Weather Institute. I get my free cast form. I named it Aquarius. I put it in the box, and I have a Mystic Water now that shows up occasionally on my held item roster.
Yay!
I fight
Wow.
Misty. I forget Misty has another fight in this version of the game, where she brings a Pelipper, a Lombre, and a Combuskin. And I unfortunately lose Geb, my Geodude. He was a Graveler at this time. And I was just
sad.
caught completely unawares because I forgot she was there. Some of my Pokemon were at half health. It was a miracle I survived.
Yay!
I moved on to the Winona Gym, and I have at this point a huge power Azumarill, and I have a Camerupt. With these two powers combined, I had the cleanest Winona fight I think I've ever had in an Emerald Nuzlocke. Basically, I lead with, it might be a Marill, but I'm pretty sure it was an Azumarill at level 33. I'll double check. It doesn't matter. I lead with a Marill. Marill, defense curls. Swablu uses Safeguard. I use Rollout. Rollout's super effective, but not enough that it one-shots. But the second Rollout does.
I mean, you're not gonna wipe on a super effective move if it's only dealing 30 power.
What comes out next is, I think, her Pelipper, but it might have been her Tropius. No, it was not her Tropius. I'm pretty sure it was her Pelipper. Pelipper comes out. Pelipper gets one shot. The next Pokemon that comes out blocks my sweep. It's Skarmory, I think, or it's Skarmory and I miss. But that's okay, because I pivot to Camerupt. Camerupt has Flamethrower.
And then you burn the shit out of that steel bird.
I melt Skarmory, I melt Tropius,
Chicken.
and she sends out Altaria. Altaria always uses Dragon Dance first. Her Altaria uses Dragon Dance, and I use Rock Slide. I critical hit, kill it.
Yo, with the
Holy
crit. That's
shit.
crazy.
I did the calcs. There was a 89% chance that I one-shot it without the crit. So, like, it was not even a challenge. Just utterly wiped through Winona. It is one of the freest gyms at this moment. Then there's a lot of filler between then and the next gym. A lot of people wipe to the Maxi fight because they underestimate how powerful his level 38 Crobat is at this moment. Because, like, later in the game, you fight Matt, whose highest level Pokemon is a level 37 Sharpedo.
Maxi, that's the
Team Magma hideout boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is that the one you find at the top of the volcano?
Both.
Or is that later on?
It's both. I think this is the one you do. Here, let me check. Yeah, this is the one in the Team Magma hideout.
Okay.
So I'm going through the filler missions. I'm fighting all the evil teams, and I run against Maxi with a Mighty Anna, a Crobat, and a Camerupt, and I defeat him because I have a Water type and because I have a Magneton.
As expected.
What happened here is I led with an Absol that was holding a Persimberry.
Absol.
Um,
Absol, man.
so Mighty Anna.
Oh, you got an
Pokemon
Absol?
sucks.
I did, yeah. I was gonna fish a barboach in that route, but I figured I didn't need to use a super repel for the 5 patches of grass between the water
You
and it.
fumbled it, bro.
And all of the other Pokemon in that route were encounters I had already gotten. There was a 1% chance I bumped into a Kecleon and an 8% chance I bumped into an Absol, and I found the Absol.
Hey, me too.
So, for the Maxi encounter, I led with an Absol holding a Persimberry, which cures confusion, and I have it use Swords Dance. And then Mighty Anna, his lead, uses Swagger, and I eat the Heals Confusion Berry, and I slashed it to death. Unfortunately, I had to pivot because it successfully confused me, and I hit myself in the face once.
Right.
Then I switched to Magneton, killed his Crobat, and then I switched to a water type and kind of nuked his camera up. It wasn't a hard encounter, but for some people it is. I just had a good answer to everything. Now, Tate and Liza was a completely different story. I didn't have a clean answer to Tate and Liza. I had a spotless answer to Tate and Liza. Tate and Liza are a double battle encounter. They consist of a Claydol with Levitate, a Xatu, a Lunatone, and a Solrock. And the Lunatone and Solrock are both holding healing berries called citrus berries that in this version of the game heal 30 health, and in every other version of the game heal 30% health. So, for this fight, I have a Gyarados holding Mystic Water and a pre-damaged 70 out of 103 health Dustox. Now, normally, Claydol always sets up a light screen here. And normally, Xatu always sets up either a Sunny Day or a Calm Mind. Because that's how the AI works. It likes to lead with status moves. However, in this encounter, both of them saw a kill with Psychic on Dustox. Because I had pre-damaged Dustox, so it would always be one shot
telling me this in the cart.
by exactly
That's
Psychic.
Crazy.
So Dustox uses Protect. My Gyarados uses a Mystic Water boosted Surf. It doesn't do crazy damage, but it does knock them both about a third of the way down. Next turn, they both still see the same kill on Dustox.
Exactly. You just protect through it.
No. I then
Protect, and then you switch out into someone that's not quite as vulnerable.
No. I switch into Poseidon, my Crawdaunt. My Crawdaunt is a dark type.
Yeah. So
dark types are immune to Psychic. They both targeted it with Psychic, which is a Psychic type attack.
Yes.
Psychic deals
literally nothing.
0 damage to both of them, and I get a free Surf on them. I kill the Claydol, which is super affected by it, and a Solrock comes out. And then...
Also, Crawdaunt's resistant to the Surf.
Mm-hmm. And then
Valuable.
Crawdaunt gets to use Surf too, and so does my Gyarados.
So you double Surf.
They kill the Xatu, Solrock comes out. They've got both of them in half health. However, I have a problem. One of these fuckers knows a Solar Beam.
Solrock.
Mm-hmm. So what I do is, I use the knockoff on Crawdaunt, and I pivot to Sharpedo, who knows Taunt. Now, Taunt prevents them from using, I think it's non-damaging moves.
Yes.
So I use Taunt on the Sunny Day Pokemon, and I surf down everything in existence, and they're just dead. I had a no-death, 10 total damage Tate and Liza run. It was ridiculous. I don't think I could have done a better job with the Pokemon I had. Maybe someone could have, but I could not have. It was so clean. I get a Spheal and Shoal Cave, and I keep on rolling on, There are some more Team Aqua boss fights, but none of them were really worth commenting on. Jean is the Sootopolis gym.
Sootopolis?
Sootopolis, not Zootopia, my bad.
Sootopolis.
Sootopolis.
Hey,
And
we could do a movie review. They're releasing the second one.
We could.
That's That's a different thing.
Let us know in the comments
gonna-
if you'd like us to review the furry sequel movie.
We could review it so hard, guys.
All right. So
Be straight reviewing my shit right now.
Jean has a Love Disc, a Whiscash, a Celio, a Crawdaunt, and a Kingdra. And I have exactly 0 game plan for any of these things, because powerful water types are always scary. Now, this fight was actually way easier and like not worth commenting on than I thought it was going to be. I hyper prepared for it, but it came down to I had a female Gyarados who took out the Love Disc before it could use Attract. I had a Grass type to deal with Whiscash, an Electric type to deal with Celio and Crawdaunt. And then for Kingdra, I sent out Nurgle, my Weezing. Nurgle was holding a silk scarf, and he was a champ.
He earned a Medal of Honor that day.
He may or may not have died proudly in a kamikaze silk scarf boosted explosion. But I really didn't want to deal with double team rest water pulse Chesto Berry Kingdra.
Wait a second. So like Weezing's basically mustard gas inside of a giant floating ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is it a war crime inside of a war crime? Because it's kamikazing.
In a
itself?
way.
I ordered a living double war crime to commit a war crime.
Infinite war crimes,
triple
but
war
no war
crime.
crimes.
War crime cubed, everybody. Via War Crime Cubed, I made it to Victory Road. I absolutely smoked Wally. Wally was not a problem for me. I even fought him like it was a level cap, so I had all my Pokemon leveled to 45. And he was not a threat at all. I used Absol to sweep. I had an Ice Beam user for Altaria. It was not an issue. However, I did lose 2 Valiant Souls in the Victory Road. There are these 2 cool trainers hidden under a bridge, and when you bump into them, they send out Psychic types and Slackings. And Slackings, for anyone listening at home, use an ability called Truant.
Unfortunately. Well, fortunately, maybe for you, but not for very long.
Truant makes them skip every other turn, which is awful, but Slacking is still a good Pokemon
Slacking
because it
a
has
base stat,
awesome
of
base stats.
670. It's stronger than most legendary Pokemon.
For reference, Slacking has a higher base attack than Garchomp and higher base HP than Snorlax.
Yeah.
So it without Truant is just busted as hell. And these 2 cool trainers you bump into, one has 2 Slackings, and I think it has 2 Slackings, and the other one has a Gardevoir and another Psychic type I've since forgotten. And both of them know the move Skill Swap, which swaps abilities. So there were these 2 uncaged Slackings wreaking havoc
The
on
ridiculous stat pool.
on my Victory Road team. I had to panic sack my HM slave, who was a whale named Cutus, after the big whale that Poseidon sends to punish a city in Greek myth. And I had to sacrifice Atlas, my Camerupt, who really carried me against the Skarmory and the Tropius and the Winota gem.
He will be remembered.
Rip Atlas. It's wild, because I had the most deaths to this fight, just because I was unprepared for it,
Just didn't know it was coming.
slightly underleveled for it, and panicking. It was spooky. It was wild, too, because after they skill swapped Truant onto themselves, I was trying really hard to kill the Slacking, and then they skill swapped Truant onto my Gyarados. So there was a levitating Gardevoir. Oh.
What the hell?
Oh, wait, no. There was an intimidating Gardevoir. Never mind.
Oh, great heavens.
Oh, great heavens. I think it got Levitate somehow because I used Earthquake and it missed it. I don't know what they took Levitate from, though. It was quite spooky.
You lost a couple Pokemon, but you made it.
I did. I made it all the way to the Elite Four, where I technically lost due to some crits. However, when I closed the game to check the math on those crits, because I thought it was safe, and reopened it, the game had crashed, so I got a second attempt. I might have been able to pull that one out. It's hard to say because going into Wallace without Magneton and with Ludicolo as my only solid water type answer might have been a little sketchy. But my Elite Four team were as follows. I had Kappa, the Ludicolo, Neorad, the Azumarill Huge Power that I've had since the very beginning, the Fates, which are Magneton, Galatea, which is a Claydol. Galatea serves exactly 3 purposes on this team. I taught her Light Screen, and then I would go into my bag and teach her Reflect, and then I'd go into my bag and teach her Light Screen. I bought 2 of each so that I could sort of flex to what was better against which Elite Four member. And she also knows Shadow Ball.
Coverage, and then basically just setup.
St. George, who is my Walrein. His name is St. George because he uses Ice-type moves, and he is a Dragon Slayer motherfucker. And Artemis, who is a pre-burned Silk Scarf holding Swellow. Now, the Elite Four fight went really, 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 really well on its second attempt. Basically, and on its first attempt.
It went really, really well until it didn't.
Yeah.
That's how all these things go, man.
So, Sydney, I led with my Magneton because he leads with a Mighty Anna, and I don't care about Intimidate. And Magneton actually sweeps because for whatever reason, when you kill Mighty Anna, he always sends out Crawdaunt next against an Electric-type user. I think it's because it reads Strength or Swords Dance as a kill for some reason on my Magneton. Maybe Surf, but
still not a good idea.
Magneton outspeeds and kills, and then he sends out Shiftry. I pivot to my Guts boosted Swellow, who uses Aerial Ace. So despite Shiftry setting up with Double Team, Aerial Ace always hits.
That shit.
Aerial Ace always hits. It's got the Stab boost. It's got the Guts boost. It's hitting for 200 base power flying type.
Shiftry's dead.
Shiftry's dead. It reads Rock Slide as a kill with his Absol, so he sends out Absol. And I send out something to counter Absol. It's usually Ludicolo, who will Fake Out, and then Thief, which steals the Citrus Berry off of.
So you can, kill it?
Yeah, and then I use Giga Drain until it's dead. And then for Cacturn, I send out either St. George or Swellow. I think I did it differently on each of the 2 runs. Phoebe is a Ghost-type user, and she's spooky because my Facade Guts-boosted Swellow is unfortunately a normal type.
What is with your names? It's Phoebe.
It's Phoebe.
Phoebe.
It's spelled Phoebe, but it's Phoebe.
It's Phoebe.
It's Phoebe.
It's Phoebe.
It's Phoebe.
Because it's for phobia.
Tate and
it's
Lisa.
Phoebe.
Tate and Lisa?
It's Liza.
It's Tate and Lyle.
Andrew
Lyle?
Lyle.
I heard Lori. I heard Yanny.
Laurel.
We're not going
Sorry,
back to
I'm
this,
sorry.
man.
It's okay.
But continue on with your...
No, you're fine. Pokemon names are wild. So basically, Phoebe is spooky because she has
Spooky.
2 Pokemon, Banette and Dusclops, and she has 2 sets of them, and they each have different moves, but are the same gender and level, so it's impossible to tell them apart.
Oh. Splendid.
And then she has a Sableye, and because fairy types don't exist yet, Sableye has
no weakness.
No weakness. And
also, it has very few resistances or immunities.
Yeah, and it has Nightshade.
Yeah.
Zam.
No, it does have a lot of immunities, because Ghost types are immune to fighting in normal, and Dark types are immune to Psychic.
Yeah. Doesn't have a lot of resistances from what I remember, though.
That's right.
It's like Spiritomb. It's like, it doesn't have any bad matchups. It also doesn't have any good matchups.
Basically, I lead with the Fates again. The Fates can consistently one-shot Dusclops, and usually one-shot Banette. She then sends out Sableye. My answer to Sableye is send out St. George Ice Beam. If Ice Beam doesn't kill and St. George looks spooky, I will switch St. George out for Swellow, because there's a 50-50 shot he used Shadow Ball or Nightshade instead of Feint Attack to deal damage. And Swellow being a normal type is immune. And then Swellow can Aerial Ace, which always hits despite Stabilize Double Team.
Right.
And then I can comfortably one-shot Banette and Dusclops again with the Fates. Glacia's tricky, but I send out the Fates again, because the way Switch AI works in Emerald is when a Pokemon faints and it can't send out a Pokemon that hits super effectively, it'll try to match types to its Pokemon to send out. So if, for instance, you lead with an electric type and you nuke Celio from existence, it'll be like, okay, who hits it super effectively? No one. Okay, who shares the most types? Oh, Celio number 2. And then you can nuke Celio number 2 from existence.
Infinite Celios.
And then it'll be like, huh, I guess I'm sending out Wall Rain now. So I could consistently deal with with Glacia. My main way to deal with her Gallades, which aren't water types, and have 80 base and all stats, is huge power Azumarill with Brick Break. Does wonders. Even tanks an explosion if her level 52 Gallade tries to explode. Drake is pretty simple. I have Galatea set up with Reflect.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon moves are special moves in this version of the game, but it doesn't super matter because the Pokemon I'm pivoting into,
St. George,
is pretty physically bulky, and all of his Dragon types have pretty low special attack, with the exception of, I think, Altaria and Kingdra. So I send out St. George. Now, St. George's job is to wipe.
he is to slay dragons.
Yes, St. George kills his Shelgon. He then sees a kill with his Salamence, because his Salamence knows Rock Slide. Fortunately, Rock Slide is a physical move, and it calculates seeing kills before stat changes, so it doesn't know about Reflect when it sends out Salamence, but even against a critical hit flinch, followed by another critical hit, my Wall Rain is completely safe. I just need it to not get double flinched here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it does not, in fact, get double flinched. It nukes Salamence
Hell
from
yeah.
existence. And then he sends out Altaria, nukes from existence. Flygon, nukes from existence. And then I have a Kingdra to deal with. Do I have a plan for Kingdra?
Yes.
I actually didn't.
Suicide was the answer. Again.
My plan for Kingdra originally was to have a Ghost type on the team who could bait out Surf by basically going in and it seeing that it could kill with Surf, but it couldn't hit with Body Slam, and it only has 2 attacking moves in Surf and Body Slam. However, I cut the Ghost type for Galatea, who is a Psychic Ground type.
Yikes.
So my plan was very sketchy, and it was essentially, Ludicolo's a Grass type. It should probably work out.
Godspeed, you beautiful bastard.
It's another medal.
And it worked out.
Holy shit, how'd he do that?
Kappa 1. How do you do it? Good RNG.
You're a gambling man.
Kingdra knows Smokescreen, so there was a chance I didn't survive the 1v1, but I could have pivoted to something. Facade from my Swellow Artemis would have probably done okay. If it was pre-damaged at all. And then Wallace happened, and Wallace was a mess. My plan with Wallace was his Wailord always leads with Rain Dance unless it sees a kill, so it's going to send out Magneton and use Thunder, which I taught specifically because Thunder always hits in the rain.
It's a good strat.
However, I'm not resistant to water, and that water spout has 150 base power, and it scales with the HP remaining on this guy.
Which is full.
Mm-hmm.
Bew.
So my new plan.
Dead as hell.
My new plan. Galatea sets up a light screen. Now Wailord only sees kills with Double Edge, so it'll try to Rain Dance or Double Edge. It Rain Dances. And then it sees a kill with the double edge. So I switch to my steel type, who
Ooh,
resists
resists
double
it.
edge.
Okay.
It won't see a kill with Water Spout or Blizzard because of Light Screen, which I traded for Galatea's Reflect for this fight. I then use Thunder, nuke it from existence, and then I use Thunder on Tentacool to nuke it from existence. I forgot Tentacruel has a base speed of 100, and it outspeeds and brings the Fate down to 2 HP.
But the Fate's still in it.
The Fate's still in it, but now I don't have a clean answer for Gyarados, which after Tentacool faints is what comes out.
Yikes.
Gyarados kills St. George,
No.
who was my main
No.
answer.
It was the guy.
Who was my main answer for
The
Ludicolo?
Dragon Slayer gets killed by a dragon.
Yeah, you don't find many old Dragon Slayer.
No.
Dude, yeah.
The dragons get him, you know.
St. George was my main answer for Ludicolo and my Lotic, and now I'm panicking. Via sacking and revenge killing, I managed to kill Galatea for value to get my my winged friend in for a facade revenge kill on Gyarados. But things are looking rough, and I still have 3 Pokemon to get through. So Ludicolo comes out, and he duels Ludicolo to the death. My Ludicolo wins, because he is significantly better. Kappa the GOAT. Whiscash
real.
comes out. Ludicolo uses his last power point on Giga Drain to one-shot Whiscash.
And then we're down.
And then we're down to my Lotic.
His ace.
Um,
It's all or nothing.
Via toxic strats installing several of my Pokemon die, I'm left with 3. One of them is 2 health and is slower. However, huge power Azumarill.
The fucking goat. Ballmaster.
Azumarill comes in. Nearid. Mine is named Nearid.
It's okay. Sorry, I'm
and-
self-imposing my own Azumarill.
I get you. Basically, Nearid
What could have
uses double edge while it's toxic, and brings it down. It eats a berry. Azumarill uses double edge again. It gets healed by a full restore. Azumarill uses double edge one more time and dies. And then the clean switch happens when I send in Artemis, who uses a guts boosted facade to finish the fight.
And he did it.
And
And
he
just
did it.
like that, you were crowned
Yay!
champion.
Champion.
Yeah.
Yay!
But at what cost? I
Everything.
set out because I thought a vanilla emerald run would be pretty easy, and I was gonna name all my Pokemon after like deities and call it the God run and shit. And I learned very quickly, Deathless is really hard to do, and I barely made it out of it. You could argue that before the crash I didn't. Just because a no Magneton Wallace run is probably pretty tricky.
Yeah. It was already pretty tricky from what it sounded like.
Mm-hmm. But here we are. I made it, and I gotta say, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Maybe try to mod the game to skip the bicycle sections, because those timing-based jumps are awful.
Yeah. I never liked the mock bike. I always went with the other one just because it was a little bit more controllable.
The
I mean,
acrobike's cool.
I mean, I get the fact or wanting the need of the fast bike, but dear Lord, you can't control it.
Which bike did you go with?
Wow.
I was in the ground. You can't ride a bike when you're in the ground, mister.
You
I
know,
mean, you can certainly try.
everybody's immune to electric type attacks after they're dead.
Oh,
You're
I'm not calling you a ground type. 'cause
You're
I'm in the
immune to
ground.
everything besides ground.
All right, Spence. Take us
Your
home.
journey.
Okay, so mine starts out much like these two. Instead, mine starts with Mudkip, because Mudkip is best kip.
Doggy.
I go up, meet May, tackle the crap out of her Trico, I beat it for its lunch money. Return to Birch, get my Pokedex and Pokeballs. Also, running shoes. Best shoes. The very first
Better than no
101,
shoes.
I get a Poochyena, name it Biscuit.
Aw.
I skipped through Old Dale, went over to 103, ran into another 2 Poochyena, then encountered a Wingull, got it to half health and used Pokeballs. I decided to call it Pigeon. Just because I thought it was funny that there was a seagull named Pigeon.
Later, a pelican.
Yeah.
You could call him a pelipigeon if you wanted.
The
Pelican.
Pelican. A pathogen.
A pathogen.
COVID-19.
Whoa!
Whoa, buddy. Whoa.
Whoa.
Then went on over to 102, got a C dot. Named him Plug, because you know. Battled all the way to Petalburg. Met my dad, which never happened before.
Hello, father.
Hello, father.
Hello,
It is
father.
I.
Why did you stick me in the back of a shipping container?
Was immediately sent on an escort mission to have this idiot catch a routes. Good old Wally. Good for a laugh. Dad told me to fuck off to the west, so I did. Went over to 104. Guess what I caught? You'll never guess.
A Pokemon.
A Meryl.
Dude, the goat.
The goat.
I was still technically not wrong.
I have one note here from the Petalburg Woods about the single bug catcher who had 4 Wurmples and nothing else. I was just like, why? Why you gotta be like this? You just what are you, a collector? You a collector?
He's a bug catcher.
He's a bug catcher. He
Would
caught
a
the
bug
same.
catcher have anything other than bugs?
Why would he have 4 of the same bugs? Usually, like catchers are like making a collection.
Yeah, he has a collection of Wurmples. That's a collection.
Some of them might be beautifies, some of them might be dust toxins.
Yeah, he's just waiting to see, you know?
Anyway,
Maybe it's an experiment.
It could be an experiment.
while I was in there, got my Talo. I named it Burb. I know, really original with
Hey, I
names.
named my Poochie and a dog, so, you know.
Went into
Clever.
Rustboro.
Rip dog.
Figured with only 3 Pokemon, I should be able to run through Roxanne pretty easily with Water Gun. IG9. What? Oh, I just can't English right.
Oh.
IG9. What is that even supposed to mean? That's not even close to a word, dude.
I think I meant go, but my finger slipped from an O to a 9.
Oh.
Anyway, I got rock tombed like a motherfucker with her nose pass. But I didn't lose anything yet. Like,
Did you Meryl your way through that shit?
Yeah.
All
The
of us.
classic,
But-
baby. I'm telling
But the thing is, I remember
the goat.
it was extremely difficult. I remember I made a note here. It felt like a first level D&D counter. Something that should be easy, but almost getting killed 2 of the party members. I got to leave
Alas.
the city.
You made it.
In tow of a thief. Went up to 116 after a few minutes. This is where I encountered the Abra.
Oh.
I was so upset that I encountered Abra, because it's either an all or nothing, and it was a nothing.
I used repel to avoid that encounter.
You would think Abra would be like cool because you could have an Alakazam. But Alakazam's made of like wet paper.
Well, Alakazam's really strong, but you can't actually get it because it's a trade
Yeah,
evolution.
so you're stuck with a Kadabra.
And on top of that, Abra knows teleport, so it'll use it and flee, so you don't get the encounter, because then it's not the first.
Sad.
And about this time, I also went in and bought like 20 repels, because I had the logic.
After the fact.
Yeah. So that gave me the ideas, like, well, I know there's gonna be a couple of mountains incoming, and there was one that I was looking forward to. We went through the cave at Dewford Town, about to leave, and then I found May. We battled outside the town. Between Biscuit and Pigeon, we stomped the crap out of her little
Grovile.
Grovile. Thank you.
Yep. I'm a psychic type. I read his mind.
You're the Alakazam. Where's your spoons?
You don't want to know.
Let's see.
Am I the little spoon or the big spoon?
I'm sorry, my notes are very scattered here.
You're fine. You can just summarize in a narrative form if you'd like.
Dude, Galarian Alakazam be like, you're my spoon.
It's a cuddle type.
It's a cuddle.
Are you fucking okay?
Just like, that's really funny.
All right. Then, down in Dewford Town, went through the mountain using the repel. I got to the 2nd level, where I encountered an Aeron, Bestron. I named it Shovelhead because, it's got a shovel for a head.
That's pretty cool. Did Shovelhead do anything worthwhile throughout your entire
Yes,
run?
he did.
Oh, wow.
He was actually in my
Please.
main party up until the last 2 gyms.
Oh.
But I still love Aggron.
Aggron's such a
whole
cool...
heart,
It's a cool
but-
design. It's just here. I have 150 defense.
And I'm weak to special attacks.
I'm gonna sit here and do nothing because I have like a 70 attack.
Aggron is the Pokemon equivalent of a pillow princess.
Oh yeah.
A very durable one.
Indeed.
Moving on to the
At least he lasts
Malville.
a while, man.
uh,
Man, I could do anything I want with the Pokemon. It's not
okay,
against
okay.
Pokemon.
Spence, please continue.
no, you're good.
It's got a bunch of holes in it, Batman.
Shut
a bunch of
the fuck
holes
up.
in the armor, Batman.
We're at 2 out of 3 Pokemon journeys. We
gotta Okay.
finish.
Then let's see, 117. I got the Illumise
Nice.
or the Illumise.
You didn't go for the Crawdon?
I
Don't say nice.
no.
It's
I forgot
nice.
about
There's
it.
nothing nice about that, man.
Hey, it has
I-
Encore, and
It
you
has
can
a
choose
very
some
niche
fights.
strategy
I named
that
it
maybe
Debbie.
works a little bit somewhere.
I ended up naming it Debbie and put it in the box and never brought it out again.
Little Debbie.
Maybe I was too mean. I named mine Peasant. Never left. Not like it missed a whole lot, but it never left.
Okay, well, half my notes are just gone now. Well, shit.
Well, everybody at home, audiences
Uh,
and children. Hopefully not children. Don't know why I said that.
Well, I can at least run you through
Just
the
reflect through your
the
memory.
Elite Four because
if
that,
you what gym did you leave
Mauville.
off on? Mauville?
yeah.
That's Pedal. That's Flannery, right?
I don't know.
Oh no, that's Watson. Here, I've got a Nuzlocke guide. If you just want to scroll through and see if you remember anything fighting these guys, and we can just go to the Elite Four after that.
Kind of
Let's
run us
see
through how
here.
you beat each one of them, and then
Yeah, just what you remember.
Oh, the Elite Tabitha from on top of the Mount Chimney. I beat her for lunch money using Biscuit. However, between Biscuit and let's see here, she killed Larry the Gyarados.
Oh,
Gone and almost forgotten.
gone will not be forgotten. It's a Gyarados, man. You don't forget about that Pokemon. It's not an Illumise by
The gyms after that soon became death sentences for my Pokemon. Like I was dropping 2 to 3 Pokemon per gym. See, Tommy only lost 6 Pokemon.
I
And-
only lost 7.
Trevor lost 7.
and 5 encounters and the run.
I lost a total of 18.
Youch.
I'll
Damn.
I'll just run through here for the
For the audience.
audience. Here we have Dwayne the Graveler. We have Obnoxious the Loudred.
Oh, Obnoxious is a clean name for a Loudred.
Baseball for the Golbat. Debbie. Scrundle the Wynut.
Should have named him
that was-
Bingle.
He was only level 5. I used him as death fodder.
That's fair. But you should have named him Bingle.
Burb the Swellow. Crackrock the Sableye. Smegma the Slugma. Stark the Camerupt. Rango the Kecleon. Cotton Ball the Swablu. Long John the Girafarig. Heavy the Walrein. Tesla the Manectric. Marionette the Bayonet. And Chad the Machoke. All the last 4 of those died at the Elite Four. The Elite Four, I was honestly not expecting to survive that. But as we were sitting there kind of strategizing, and this was just last night, Tommy was talking about using Ice Beam. I was trying to think like, okay, what kind of Pokemon do I have that I could use Ice Beam? I was like, damn, if only I had a Spheal. I was like, and then Tommy was talking about, yeah, it's the cave. It's like, oh shit, the cave. Shoal Cave. I forgot that was even there. So
Got yourself a Spiel.
I went there, got a 50-50 shot, and got a Spiel, thankfully. And
Then
between
you rolled up with your Spiel.
got him, and Mudkip can learn Ice Beam as well.
Ball shape.
So I went into the Elite Four, starting off with Sydney, using Chad the Machoke, between a use of Vital Throw, and Cross Chop, and then Revenge for the Cactoon and his Crawdaunt.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to wipe through them, have no deaths. Easy. Next up, from Phoebe, I swapped over to, I believe I went with Tesla to start off with, just to get past the non-physical damage of ghost types.
It's wild, too, because Dusclops has such high special and physical defense. It's got like 110 in each, but his HP stat is like 40.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a way to get past his defense at all, he's just dead.
I'm really
Straight
happy Gen 4 added Dusk Noir.
Oh, Dusknoir is such a cool design, too.
And that's an evolution that really needed to happen, because Duskull and Dusclops, despite looking really cool, are absolutely
They're not good Pokemon,
worthless.
bro.
They're so bad.
But her Bayonet brought my Tesla down to 8 health. I had to swap him out for Fish, my Mudkip, who
now is a
who
swamp.
beat the crap out of him, but also got his shit pushed in by Sableye. So then I had to move to Heavy.
Wait, you
and
lost
Heavy...
your Fish? Your
No, he got his shit pushed in, but he wasn't dead.
Those could mean the same thing, really. When you say shit pushed in,
he ended up with 7 hit points left.
it's a good thing he survived.
Homie, so many of your Pokemon are dead to crit.
That was one of my biggest issues, was crit chance.
You got lucky.
I kept getting hit with crits, but I was still able to swap in my other Pokemon. For Glacia, used a mixture of Machoke and Tesla. Machoke using Cross Chop and Revenge because he had already been hit before.
And your Manectric Tesla was using a lot of electric type moves?
Yeah, he was using primarily like Thunderbolt and Shockwave, trying to get off the Paralyze, which never happened. And for her,
she has 2 Celios, a Walrein, and 2 Gallades.
There we go. For the Walrein, Tesla almost died as well, again.
That would have been very bad, because you kind of need him to help with Wallace. Losing an electric
I made the
Wallace.
decision to bring out Marionette and to attempt to curse Walrein to just kind of get that turn-by-turn damage off to try and chunk him down. However, as soon as I bring her out, he blizzards and then hits me with another Ice Beam, kills it before I can even curse.
Ooh.
So it was already going to be death fodder, but it died before it could be death fodder. After that, I believe I used Coventry, my Tropius.
Sending a quad weak to ice Pokemon out against Glacia.
It was either that or I brought back out Chad or Tesla that were already in the red, but I got two flies off to finish it off, which then that moved us on to Wallace, was it? No. No, Drake. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Drake. I had actually a very easy time with him between Heavy, my Walrein, and Fish, the Swampert.
Dude, I'm superimposing St. George on your Walrein.
It's not too easy.
Like, oh man. What a homie. That guy is such a champ.
Like, they just ice beamed the crap out of it. I one shot with Heavy, his Salamence, before he could even get off a rock slide, which was really nice. But my main issue was the Kingdra. So between the Altaria, yeah, and the Kingdra, it did a decent amount of damage to my boy. So had to swap in Chad to take a few hits, but also I used Focus Energy to get his crit chance up and hit them both with cross chop, which was able to kill either one or both of them. So finally, I had up to Wallace, which for him I had Tesla and Coventry, using grass and electric moves, trying to go through his team. It started off easy with using Tesla for his Wailord, his Gyarados, and then for his third, he brings out Whiscash. So I'm like, well, shit. He's going to fuck me up.
Mm-hmm.
So I swap back to Coventry.
Oh, yeah, Tropius. Hell yeah.
I use
Banana Dragon, baby.
I use Magical Leaf or Mystical Leaf.
Wishcast is water ground, is that correct?
Yep.
So that's quad weakness, I believe.
To grass type attacks, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Ludicolo made the team. I was really sad to leave Hercules in the box.
But, you know.
Yeah,
His 12 labors was mostly defeating the grunts.
Yeah. They were labors nonetheless. He got you there.
Yeah, Magical Leaf. That worked slightly well. It did kill Whiscash, but then he brought out his Ludicolo, which I still tried. I swapped back to Tesla, because he was only in the yellow, to try and get off another Thunderbolt. He hit me with Giga Drain, and it killed Tesla.
No.
I swapped back to Tropius, hit Fly again on Ludicolo, so for the double damage for grass, killed it, and then he brought out his Milotic.
Milotic.
From there, I swapped it back to, because Coventry was in the low, I brought out Walrein, like, okay, he's got a lot of defense. I figure he can tank this. So using Body Slam against that, which was chunking slowly. She would heal up again, slowly. She hit me with a critical Ice Beam, which again you wouldn't think would kill Walrein. No, it killed Heavy. Heavy is dead.
Heavy is dead.
According to my calculations, Heavy is dead.
You don't find
Dying.
You don't find many old Dragon Slayers.
No.
But
Oh yes, they usually die to dragons.
I brought back out Fish, used Mud Slap.
I need to become a Twink Slayer.
Shut the fuck your mouth.
Twink Slayer get old.
No, I forgot. I swapped it out for Earthquake. I used Earthquake.
Oh, that'll do it.
And then got between that and killed the Melodic with Earthquake. And then he brought out Tentacruel again. I also then again used Earthquake to dig through Tentacruel twice. Which he hit me with a Ice Beam and a Hydro Pump. But thankfully, Fish was able to tank both of those before hitting him with the last Earthquake. And with that, I became the new Pokemon champion.
Yay! You guys are champions. Good job.
Apologies for my notes and my story being slightly not even slightly, very, very helter-skelter. I will promise next time that we do...
At least you won. I died.
The next time that we do a Nuzlocke, I will take better notes. But the point did get across.
I mean, Trev wants to do a black and white Nuzlocke sometime.
I'd be down for that.
It'd be very fun.
I
can play it on my DS too. It'd be crazy.
I don't think I've completed a black and white run before. I've come close. I just always get bored by the kaiju ugly dragons fighting.
Shut the fuck up, okay? Reshiram and Zekrom deserve some love too. They got weird fucking tails and body proportions, but they're my favorite legendaries, okay?
I think that's just because they're the box legendaries of the game.
Kyram's cool too.
Kyram's awful.
Kyram's cool
To be
as fuck.
fair,
he's like some forgotten ancient dragon that's been like withered away by the passage of time.
your first legendaries are always your favorite.
You know,
they hold maybe not your favorite, but they hold a special place in your heart.
You know, the first Pokemon game I played was Leaf Green, And my favorite Pokemon has never once been Ivysaur. Or Venusaur, my bad.
Well, that's because he's not a legendary.
Well, yeah, but it was also not Mewtwo either.
That's Kanto.
I-
Oh, I'm
Leaf
sorry, I'm
Green is
retarded.
Kanto.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Johto for some reason. Sorry. I mean,
no, like my
one of the birds, maybe?
The birds are probably my favorite legendary trio. A lot of people hate on Moltres, but I think Moltres looks
Moltres looks like a flaming rubber chicken.
I mean, out of the 3, that was the one that I decided to use my Master Ball
Yes, you're going
on.
to say something bad about Zekrom. I'm ready for it here. Go ahead.
cool. Reshiram looks like someone didn't color in their AI-made dragon coloring book page.
Reshiram, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. Reshiram's not my favorite. Did you get them mixed up? Zekrom's the black one.
I know. I didn't. Reshiram just looks like someone forgot to color in a shittily drawn dragon.
Yeah, he does kind of have like
and
a...
Zekrom's just a Digimon.
I mean, it could be worse.
I'll take that. I kind of get it.
It could
He's
have been.
got too many fucking edges.
It could have been a lot worse. It could have been X and Y. With.
I
Do you
don't
remember?
know. Okay,
Ultra
Yveltal...
Necrozma.
Yveltal had a kind of cool design.
Do you remember Twinkle Tackle
Yeah.
and the animations for
Oh yeah,
it?
it's just like basically fucking A posing deer, just like flying around. Wobble, wobble,
Wobble, wobble.
200 power.
All right. So that was our Nuzlocks.
Yeah, guys, it's
Yeah.
time to get back in the ball. I think we won this duel.
It's wild. The MVPs of everybody's run was Marill and Walrein, huh?
Yeah. Who knew? Two tanky Pokemon are
Better-
actually the MVPs.
Also, water types.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad because I had a really awesome grass type starter, and Sceptile should have done work, but because the physical special split doesn't exist yet, and because every water type in the Elite Four has an ice type move, and there's an ice type Elite Four member, I just couldn't justify bringing Sceptile in, you know?
I know. That's sad. Oh, I think we sign off here, though.
You think so?
Yep.
Team Rocket blasting off.
Does
We're not Team Rocket.
Team Pocket, because
Yeah,
you're
Team
listening
Pocket,
to
you
us on
guys
your
are-
phone?
Yeah.
Ah!
You guys are in my
Alright.
balls. I'm putting you back in my pocket.
All right, boys.
Get
This
'em
has
my
been
balls.
Team Pocket with
Yeah, we're competitive maniacs.
Competitive Maniacs, otherwise known as Complimentary Mania. Thank you all so much for listening. We will see you.
We'll catch you later.
Complimentary Mania does not condone or support the use of rare candies in any way.
God,
Team
I love
Pocket's blasting off again.
I love Red 40 so much.